So once upon a time in ancient India, there lived a young merchant called Arjuna who wanted to trade precious spices across the mountain. And obviously there was a very huge mountain and he wanted to cross that particular mountain in order to sell that precious spices. On the first journey, he reached the foothill and saw a massive mountain, a massive peak ahead. And obviously when if somebody will going to see the big mountain, what he will going to feel? He will going to feel fear, right? So the same thing Arjun also felt. Fear actually gripped his heart. He started to say the mountain is too high. He thought like the path is very dangerous, and that's why he returned back. Back in his village, Arjun met an old traveler, an old person who actually crossed the mountain multiple times. The merchant Arjuna actually shared his feeling with that old traveler that I went to that particular mountain because I wanted to sell my precious spices to all the people who is across the mountain, and when I saw the mountain and the climb, I feel very weird. And while he was sharing all those things with the old man, he was expecting some kind of empathy from that old traveler. But instead, the old man smiled and just said two words, Charaiveti Charaiveti. He asked, what does that mean? The old man said, it's just simply mean keep walking, keep walking. The old man said to the young merchant that the mountain only defeat to the one who stopped moving. The old man said again, I didn't cross the mountain because I was brave, I was strong. I crossed the entire mountain, the old man said, because I took them one step at a time. I took them like this way. One step, then another, then another, then another. The old man continued, when I was tired, I took small steps. When the path was steep, I went slower. But one thing was common, I never stopped moving. The old man continued. The secret isn't conquering the mountain or its leap or its peak. It is the simply act of walking. That particular story and that particular perspective actually inspired Arjuna, the young merchant. The next day, he set out to go again and cross the mountain. This time, when he see the big mountain, he feel fear, he feel anxious. Obviously, we are humans and we will going to feel that. But he whispered to himself, Charaiveti Charaiveti. Keep walking, step by step, day by day, one step at a time. And you know the end result, right? Arjuna actually crossed that great mountain. Not because he was brave, not because he was strong, not because he was some supreme or supernatural, he have some kind of supernatural element. No, he just crossed that mountain, and that is the key, I believe. Repetition always wins. It is just a matter of time, but sooner or later, repetition always wins. Okay, here is another example. Prince, he is a very great boy, he is very enthusiastic, he is very joyful about everything, right? But day one, he practiced guitar for 5 hours continuously, and he was very proud of himself, and he actually told everybody that, hey, you know what, I continuously practice the guitar for 5 hours and I put my entire concentration and focus into it, and it was a great thing, right? But on the other hand, there is another boy called Rahul. He was calm, composed, he was very natural, he have very simple vibe. What he did, instead of practicing 5 hours a day, he decided that you know what, let's practice only 30 minutes a day, and let's practice continuously for 1 week or 2. You know what is the end result? Rahul, who practiced the guitar continuously for 2 weeks, for 30 minutes every day, he remembered the chord better than anybody else. Why? Because he was keep repeating, even if it is just 30 minutes. It doesn't matter. The only things matter is whether you are keep repeating yourself or not. When you repeat something, it actually make that particular thing fresh. Here is another example. The river always flows, and because of that flowness, it actually keep move itself. The river actually keep move itself. And you know that, right? The river's water never get back because it's keep moving. And why? Because it's keep moving, the water is kind of getting fresh. The old water is kind of go away, the new waters come. Then again the old water goes away, the new water comes. On the other hand, if the river gets stopped, then it became a pond, right? That particular thing make him stop rolling, because a pond is something where the water is stagnant and the water will start to gather a lot of dirt and lot of clutter. Then the water is no more fresh. So now let's come to the science part of a bit. The neuroscience of momentum is pretty interesting. Our brain actually have something called prefrontal cortex, motor cortex. When we take action, any action, our this part of our brain lights up and create neural pathways. Each time if we repeat an action, these pathways become more stronger. This is why starting is the hardest part, but once you begin moving, it became easier to continue. And there is a principle called progress principle, and it has found in the psychological research. People are happiest and motivated when they are progressing, when they are making progress. It doesn't matter how big it is or how small it is. The only things matter is whether you are progressing or not. Every tiny progress counts. When we do some kind of progress, our brain actually release dopamine, the feel good chemical, right, that we get from the social media. We can get also from while doing something. It doesn't matter how big it is or how small it is, and get that dopamine by doing certain action and do some progression. We feel and we get the dopamine when we start doing something, not just when we achieve something then we get dopamine only. No. We get dopamine when we start to make progress towards it. This is why video games are so addictive. They constantly show you the small wins, the small progressions, points going up, level going up, progress bar is filling. And actually this is connect with biology also, like our biology also. When we stop moving, like mentally or physically, both, right, our body and mind kind of getting deteriorate. And science and research call it use it or lose it. Like when we don't move our muscles, right, and continuously when we don't move our muscles, we lose certain portion or certain percentage of muscle mass. And that particular thing happen after the age of 30. Brain, right, mental, let's talk about mental. Without mental challenge, our cognitive ability shrinks. When it's come to emotion, when it's come to mood, when we don't feel any kind of progression or what, we are more likely to feel sad and anxiety and this kind of stuff when we don't feel any kind of progression happening. So this was the science part about it, right? Let's talk how can we use it on our day-to-day life. Like, okay, all those things was good, but what would be the practicality of it? Like how can we use it on our day-to-day life in order to make ourselves more enhanced using this philosophy? In the book called James Clear, I got this particular thing from Atomic Habit, and it's called 2-minute rule. It simply says that, like, there is two meaning of it, and James Clear also stated that. It simply says, if it is take less than, if there is some kind of work and if it is take less than 2 minutes, just do it right away. And the second meaning of it is, it doesn't matter, like if you want to build the habit, if you want to do the work, just do it for 2 minutes and the momentum take you forward automatically, right? So just start and the momentum like kind of pull you away when you start, because starting is the hardest thing. Just start it and the momentum, I'm pretty sure the momentum will going to take over it or carry over it. And there is also another angle which is called, like, I wrote it down it everywhere, like Newton's first law. It just don't only work in science, it's actually work in productivity also, which is like Newton's first law. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. So when you do one task, when you complete one habit, then you move to another, then you complete that also, then you move to another, then you complete that also, and by doing so you kind of creating a web, creating a chain where you do one task, then move to another task, then move to another task, then move to. So are you can you see the pattern here? When you're in motion, you stay in motion. So just push yourself. The starting point is the hardest point. Just start. and keep progressing. And you know what, I wanted to mention one thing, which is the compounding effect. We don't see it, we don't feel it, but it is happening. There is a threshold. After that, it actually shows the compound interest and the compound effect actually work in that way. The compound effect, actually, you will not going to see the progress, you will not going to see the graph which is going upwards. It will only going to show you after certain amount of time, after crossing certain threshold. So I would say small action compounds over time and give you exponential result. But we all have one question, like, why this philosophy now, why these things needed in this generation? It is a very ancient saying, it is a very ancient thing which is mentioned in the Rigveda, the oldest ancient text of India, and this philosophy actually mentioned it that book. Why this ancient teaching matters today still? Because right now we have too many options, right? There is a content overflow happening. We went to a shopping application, we want to buy one thing and we see 10 things, and now novelty bias kicks in and we are kind of watching it continuously scrolling the shopping application hours and hours. So now what is happening, we have too many choices, right? And because of that, we have analyze paralyze, which actually make us freeze, which actually make us decide, oh my god, like, wait, what to do, like, like, I don't know what to do. So this particular this is the most important thing. We need this thing, the Charaiveti Charaiveti, keep moving. Comfort zone addiction, that is like my favorite one. We do procrastinate a lot, we do, right? The more the technology is giving us more convenient, and the more convenient we are getting, the more we are getting addicted by the comfort zone that we have, isn't it? So modernity and modern society make everything convenient. Absolutely, there is no doubt about it, and that is a good thing about our society and our life. And that is a very interesting thing, because the entire population, like the earlier generation, they didn't get any kind of a chance for this much of convenience that we are getting, and we must should feel like we are very happy, and we should put some kind of gratitude towards this convenient, right? But that convenience come with one cost, which is kind of it make us stagnation, it make us stuck in one place, right? We kind of feel like, okay, there is a comfort zone, okay, everything is good, so on and so forth, this and that. That's when, and that's why again we got freeze, we got stuck. Fear of failure, oh my god, that is a pretty much interesting thing. We feel like, okay, if I do this, what will happen, and that's why we should not do this. Okay, if I completed this and there is no result, no things, this, that, fear of failure, right? And that actually make us feel terrible. That actually make us feel, okay, we should not take this action. And that's why I think Charaivetis help us. We should just keep moving, we should just keep moving, we should just keep walking. Like the first one, like the first story that I told you, if you want to cross the mountain, you have to put your head down and just keep walking, put one step ahead of another. The instant gratification culture, my god damn, everything in life happened because of delayed gratification. We have to understand that particular thing very, very clearly. Nothing happen in small moment, no, nothing will going to happen in that way. Everything takes time, like Joho, the famous company from India, and it has a saying, it's called, it's take time. Whatever you want to do, it will going to take time, whether it is in life, whether it is in relationship, whether it is in money, whatever it is, like, take anything, right? Everything takes time. So the instant gratification culture, we have to abandon it, or we have to use it for our own good rather than just make it a curse for ourselves, right? So we have to embrace delayed gratification, so the compounding will happen.